Look what I took out of one of my boxes. Oh my god, my very first ceiling fan. This is a Encon Princess 42 inch, and it was purchased in August 2000. My very first ceiling fan that I ever got. Back then I used to love spinners, or especially I had almost no idea of the of the quality of ceiling fans really. So these types of bottom mount spinners were some of my favorite fans. Well, the very first type of ceiling fan I ever really liked was the SMC Lagna, and later in the early 2000s I started liking much more bottom mount spinners. So this was purchased at Réno-Dépot in very late July. It was for my birthday. I was 9 years old. I turned 9 years old. My ninth year's birthday. Yeah, and my birthday is the 22 of July, and it was purchased like a little later. I think the last day of July. I was supposed to get a Coca-Cola ceiling fan, like the 44-inch ones that they sell at Walmart, but unfortunately was like, I think that's just been discontinued just when we were ready to purchase it. So I went for this Encon Princess that we purchased at Réno-Dépot for $42 back in 2000. So I was 9 years old. That was my very first stone fan ever. And yes, it's not branded Westinghouse. It's a real genuine Encon, or Encon in French. I love the pull chains on this. Right now I don't really like this fan anymore because it's all white. It's really cheap and it's extremely noisy. Hey, wait, with the light on. The globe on it is not the original globe. It is supposed to be a mushroom globe like this, but it broke. So in 2003 it broke. So I purchased a round one. And when I was like, back then they were full of stickers on the top of the motor, and I removed them all. I only kept the sticker that says Encon. Where is it? Oh, there, look. Encon. Encon, actually. I really hate the way this canopy mounts. The canopy is really what's holding the fan. That's why the ball sits on the canopy. It's not like a regular ball and socket. You have like a crossbar, and then it screws with these two screws on the side, and then your ball sits in the canopy. A little bit like the hang true, but in a much cheaper version. And look how small the motor is. Super small. I have a lot of other 36-inch spinners that have much bigger motors. So you can imagine how like small this is, and it's 42-inch. And yeah, it's got the like the modern reversing switch like this. And here are the little stickers that says it's for the fan, and the other one for the light. So the only thing I really like, that I still really love on this fan, are the pull chains. Are really cool. They're really long. So it's very noisy, not just because it's a very cheap fan, but also because it was used on a dimmer switch for about almost 3 years. I knew it wasn't right to use a song fan on a dimmer switch, on a light dimmer switch, but my father would not like listen. He thought it was, oh no, look, you can be able to have fully variable speed fan. He would not listen to me, so I had to keep this light dimmer switch for almost 3 years, and finally in fall 2002 we replaced it for a normal on and off switch, and it was already quieter when we replaced it, but still the motor is sort of like burned out forever, so it's super noisy, and it's very cheap, like very poorly built fan, so lots of vibration sound. Here it is on high speed. It's actually not that bad, because before I put the globe, that globe it's not like the original globe. It's I swapped it from my Nader spinner just for the video. And before I put the globe, it was, wow, it's so much better. It was much noisier. The hum was super loud. Now it's much better. Usually light kicks, like with light kick with globes and all, it's worse. But the globe is sealed, so I guess it sort of absorbs all of the vibration sound. It's weird. And also it blows much more air than what I ever remembered. I don't remember that this fan would really blow that much air. Okay, I'm just gonna light off. Okay. It spins pretty fast. I think the RPMs are on higher, like 220 RPMs. It's pretty fast for having such small motor and very decent airflow actually. Yeah, pretty good. Barely wobbles, just a little wobble. The big problem with this fan has always been the noise, and not really the wobble. It always vibrates a little like this, but never something really big. Biggest problems I had with this one is really the noise it makes. So medium. So it just shakes a little on high and just a little on medium also. Nothing really big. Here's with the light back on medium. Still a pretty decent airflow. Wow. But quite a loud motor. I don't know if you can hear. It's like just a loud, constant hum. So I had this Song fan spinning above my head for 7 years, from 2000 to 2007. Oh, here's low speed, by the way. And it finally got replaced in September 2007 by my Craftmade Decorative. And I was just so amazed how quiet it was, like compared to this one. I was just like, is it possible fans can really be like that quiet? You just cannot hear a thing. I was so amazed. And so here's low speed. Still pretty fast. I think medium was around like, oh, here's the light off. Medium was around maybe 140, 130 maybe. It's pretty fast. And the low speed is around like 70 RPMs. Can you hear it? And yes, I did have a lot of trouble sleeping with that fan all the time. Yeah, sometimes all the vibrating sound it was making. So there you go. There's my Encon Princess 42-inch Song fan from the year 2000. My first Song fan ever. Thanks for watching.